Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here at Luna Classic, Terra Classic, what have you. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on here. Just going to talk about best practice, big picture, and of course help understand the whole 9 yards as to kind of why it is where it's at. Of course, there's no fundamentals here. If you know that, please go ahead and share that. Of course, this is just strictly a technical analysis, but based on the TA that we've looked at here recently, it's doing exactly what we expected it to do, and then some. Okay, so we're taking a look at that and much more. If you're new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I love teaching people to trade. Truly hope you can learn something here today. If you have learned something, comment below, let me know. Love to hear that. If you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link in the description below. Let me know if you might want to consider joining. I have third world country discounts as well as military discounts. So thank you again so much for your service. We'll take a look here and much more. So what's going on, first of all, with Terra Classic is, well, it's absolutely killing it, okay? But you got to understand, and I mentioned this yesterday in yesterday's video for the title itself, that 3 white soldiers is a very real thing, okay? Now, I expected it to get this far. It makes sense that we're here, okay? It worked its way up to Fibonacci retracement levels, continued its momentous trend. But you got to understand, what goes up must come down, okay? It's just that natural law of trading. And in most cases, when you see 3 white soldiers, which is a pattern basically telling you that you have 3 very strong green candles in a row, it's almost always followed by a 4th red candle. So just note that that is the case. Now, it may not be significant. Today could close where it's at right now, and then the red candle could be just consolidation right here at 24.1. But it's a very real thing, and you need to recognize that the likelihood of that is very high, because it just cannot go straight up. And in fact, most parabolic increases have a tendency of decreasing by 50% on average, if not more. These are just statistics I'm kind of throwing out there, and that's really what trading is kind of just adding up a series of statistics and kind of making an informed decision. All right, so again, just kind of prefacing that, letting you know to be cautious and careful. And again, if you're a hodl trader, you don't need to sell, right? That's the whole point. But if you're a day trader and a swing trader, you absolutely should have taken some profits by now, right? That's just kind of the standard way that you should trade, okay? I don't care if you are somebody that wants to hold on forever. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to comment and let me know that it's stupid to take profits, because it really isn't. That's how you survive in the markets, and that's how you are profitable, by not getting greedy, okay? All right. Anyways, just kind of throwing that out there as per usual, but here's kind of the standard stuff here. First of all, RSI is insanely overextended. We're almost maxed out at 90. Of course, you can technically hit 100, but you don't really see that ever happen. But it's absolutely overextended, so it shouldn't go much further here in this sense. But what's going to happen is that 70 on the RSI is going to work as a support level, and what that basically just implies is that we could see support somewhere in the range of, what, 21.1 or 24.1. That's likely the area in which we'll see a consolidation if it were to retrace tomorrow. Okay. Again, big keyword there is if. There's truly no guarantees it's going to, but it's reaching that critical point. Okay. The standard deviation, it's well outside that standard deviation line, and it doesn't make sense that it's where it's at right now. Okay. I mean, if you can see the Bollinger Bands, I know this is hard to see on the larger time frame, but today's entire candlestick is outside of the norm. Same thing with the volume weighted average price, which again is a little different based on 24-hour periods, but generally speaking, we're well outside those areas, and it's just not helpful. Okay. In other words, we should expect some kind of correction. So I'm glad to see at least we have a sideways action right here, the consolidation here about 26, because that's going to be helpful in the long run. If we can continue that for a few more hours, then the next leg up makes sense. All right. Okay. Again, just a little bit of things to calm down. I'd like to see the RSI on the 4-hour relax and come back down. That's ultimately what I'd like to see, because it'd be very helpful to get that consolidation and to essentially allow for this to be a support level, which would imply that 24,100 should be the support level. Okay, so it does feel like even if the price were to retrace, you see this nice little bounce off 24.1, it should effectively hold. That's the concept, and that's kind of where we're at here. So again, even though everything's insanely overextended, we shouldn't expect a massive correction based on the amount of volume that's backing it up. Okay. So again, good stuff there in that regard. If we take a look at the 1 hour, where we're going to be still well above the cloud, this is pretty much just said that if you have a long position open, you'd want to have kept it open forever, at least for the last 3 days. And obviously, the lagging span is not even close to the price action. So if the price does consolidate for some time, we could expect it to come back down, maybe and start trickling off. But for right now, if we can continue this momentous trend, I think the likelihood of it continuing higher is pretty great. And interestingly enough, you see how this support level of 24,100, previous Fibonacci retracement level of 2, which is very unique to hit in this short amount of time, is now working as a support level. All right, so those are all positive things here, really. There's literally nothing disadvantageous here for Terra Classic except for the fact that it's insanely overextended and it shouldn't be this high in this short amount of time. Again, cryptocurrency is a funny thing. Seems like the worse Bitcoin does, the better Terra Classic does, and it's really cool to see, a coin actually defying the laws of trading. But according to the laws of trading, you got to keep a open mind here. What goes up has to come down. It cannot continue this forever, all right? And if it's only going to have 1 or 2 corrective candles, it's not going to be enough eventually. Okay, so I'm willing to bet tomorrow we're going to see a red candlestick. That's just my guess based on the overall sense that we have 3 absolutely strong white soldiers here. And just to quickly get perspective, previous 3 white soldiers, look at that, three days in a row, 4th day corrected red, all right? Again, and then you look at that duration, that's 100% of that same candle and or 50% of its overall total direction, right? So again, this could very well happen right here. All right, just be prepared for it. Try not to get too overhyped, and the whole FOMO thing is very real. Try not to just FOMO in if you can. Okay. Again, big picture, this could be very much a solid coin, but for right now, with its history and its dark shadowed past, I don't honestly trust it personally. That's just me. No offense to you if you're investing here. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at here for Terra Classic. Once again, if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link in the description below. Feel free to join our community. I have over 200 active members right now. We all learn and grow together. It's an awesome experience. But I would just recommend, being cautious and careful and expecting somewhat of a pullback tomorrow if it doesn't happen today. Because again, we're well outside those standard deviation lines. And that just really tells us that it can't sustain much longer at this level. It has to correct itself eventually. Okay? And just know, history has a tendency of repeating itself. This could very well happen right here. All right? You've been warned. All right, well, I hope you trade well and be safe. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you the next one. You have a good rest of your day. Take care.